Well, thank you, Chair Landrieu, for holding this hearing on two critical programs with the Small Business Innovation Research and the Technology Transfer Program. We are able to accomplish much for our nation's entrepreneurs through these programs, and thank you again for the bipartisanship that has been the hallmark of this committee, and once again, we demonstrated that with the passage of this legislation, albeit unanimously, in the United States Senate in December, and I know that we will have the same success this time, and I'm pleased we're able to work out a number of issues with the Senator from Oklahoma, Senator Coburn. I also want to welcome all of our distinguished panelists here today that certainly can speak volumes and testimony about the value of these programs, especially with the unemployment rate hovering around 9% for 21 consecutive months. All the more important that we do everything we can to give value to our small businesses and provide access to innovation and venture capital. They remain uncertain about the future, unable to invest, unable to access lending. So being able to have these programs reauthorized to foster an environment of innovative entrepreneurship by directing more than $2 billion annually in federal research and development funding to the nation's small firms, most likely to create jobs and commercialize their products. We know that small businesses are not only job generators, but as the chair indicated, they are also our most effective innovators, producing roughly 13 times more patents per employee than large firms, patents which are at least 2 times as likely to be among the top 1% of high-impact patents. In a budgetary environment where the Small Business Administration will be required to do more with less spending, it's crucial that these programs, one of the strongest examples of a very successful public-private partnership, be a key part of the agency's job creation agenda. These programs have been front and center in improving our nation's capacity to innovate. According to a report by the Information Technology and Innovation Foundation, SBIR-backed firms have been responsible for roughly 25% of the nation's most crucial innovations over the past decade, plus a powerful indication that SBIR programs have become a key force in the innovative economy of the United States. And in fact, there are a wide range of remarkable success stories as demonstrated here today. And of course, Qualcomm, which now employs 16,000, I think started out with less than a dozen people when you started out back in 1985, Dr. Jacobs, to Cambrian Innovations, which focuses on the next generation of energy technologies, to Fiber Materials, a company from my home state of Maine with whom I met Tuesday. They received a Tibbetts Award as well in recognition of their contributions to the SBIR program. One of Fiber Materials' many creative technologies is a heat shield used in NASA's Stardust mission, which spent 7 years in space and is now on display at the Smithsonian National Air and Space Museum. Regrettably, both of these programs, as you all know, expired in September 2008, been subject to a series of 10 short-term temporary extensions since then, plaguing the programs with uncertainty and potentially dissuading some of our nation's most promising firms from participating in them. That's why Chair Landrieu and I had extensive negotiations and debate on the reauthorization of this legislation, and I'm pleased that we reached the consensus we did with our colleague, Senator Coburn, both in terms of the reauthorization and, of course, the Chair and I, and increasing the allocations from 2.5% of an agency's extramural research and development to 3.5% over 10 years, and doubling the technology and research allocation from 0.3% over 6 years. Our legislation would also codify increased award sizes from $150,000 to $1 million for Phase 1 and $1 million for Phase 2 in the SBIR program, and apply those same levels to the technology and research program. I won't go on because I think we all understand the value. We want to hear from our panelists, but suffice it to say we've got broad support, as the chair indicated. I would like to conclude my remarks by quoting from President Reagan when he signed the law establishing the SBIR program in 1982, which I happen to co-sponsor, Madam Chair, although I hate to date myself. But I think Mr. Glover might have been around. And Well, President Reagan said, our nation is blessed with two important qualities that are often missing in our other societies, our spirit of entrepreneurship and our capacity for invention and innovation. These two elements are combined in the small businesses that dot our land, end quote. Well, I think reauthorizing these programs represents a profound opportunity to reaffirm the truth in this very optimistic vision of America that small business community has presented. Thank you, Madam Chair.